Hi, crafters, and welcome to Finish It Friday, episode 200. All right, here's where we left off on Wednesday. We have our base card. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. We have our DSP that is 3 by 6. We will be cutting this down. And then we have scraps for sentiments and here, let me grab out for sentiments and for die cuts. All right, so what we're going to do is I am going to take this space and I am going to cut this at the 1 inch mark. So what I'm doing is, maybe it'll be easier to put it down here so you can see that 1 inch mark there. I'm putting that fold at the 1 inch mark. And I'm going to, do I want to do 1 inch or 1 1/4? I'm going to do 1 1/4. Let me see. If I do 1 1/4, where will this lay? Nope, I'm going to go 1 inch. There's a method to my madness. All right, so I am going to stay at the 1 inch mark. And so, likewise, I'm going to cut this off at 1 inch. And if you wanted to use this for your sentiment, you could. Otherwise, you can put that off to the side. Okay, we don't want to put this away yet. All right. Then we're also going to put this in, and we're going to have to cut some of this down. So that's why I was trying to see where exactly my sun was going to hit. So I think I'm okay with it looking like this. So that means I'm going to cut this off at 4 1/4. Because that is that measurement this way. All right, so now, sorry, that was very loud. So you could either position this way so that when you open your card, you'll see that on the background, or you can have this go under. Oops, let me get that up to the fold right. And I might have to trim just a little bit more because we have that fold there. Or you can go this way, which means that when you open it up, you're going to see that whole entire. I personally like doing it like this, where you only get to see just a little bit of that Designer Series card coming through. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to try to get this so that I have this on squares here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 there. So I want to have 1, 2, 3. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go 5 squares in on both sides. All right. So I am going to do glue. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to put glue just in this middle section here. All right. I'm going to give that just a second. And then, just because I want it pretty straight, no, that's not going to work. Let me put that there. Let me get my, because I want that to be pretty straight right up to the edge, I'm going to go ahead and put it, you know what, I'm not going to use that. It doesn't work so well here. So let's put it back here. So let's go in that to that 5 squares. 5 square. And then we're going to come down here like this and just make sure that it's pressed down. So that way it's at the top. Then we're going to put this down here. And we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to put glue right here. We're going to close that down and we're going to hang on to it for a sec. Make sure that gets all nice and gluey. I'm going to bring this down here just so my glue is nearby. All right, so there's what we have so far. It's going to be a see-through. Did I get that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, did you see that? I'm wondering if I have enough left to get that over just a little bit. Nope, I'm tearing my card. I'm not going to worry about it. If you can see, I don't know how to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This should have been over just a little bit more. See, I don't have 5 on this side. But it's all right. I'm going to leave it that way because I don't want to rip my card apart. All right. So now I'm going to put shells across the top. I think I have one other color. Yep, there we go. We're going to put these shells across the top. We're going to put this kind of over to the side here. Then we're going to put these, you know what? Maybe I'll save that for the inside. Yeah, let's do that. Let's kind of put it like this. And maybe, yeah, let's kind of do that so we kind of cover up where that kind of meets. I usually don't do a lot with embellishments, especially die cuts this small. But you know, it is our celebration. So we'll go ahead and do it. We're going to get these, you know what, and I might even want these to go on the very outside. So let's see. I have a lot more. I don't know where they're at. In here, I have a lot of tweezers. Let's just go ahead and go like this for right now. So why don't you go ahead and give me a shout out in the comments if you have been here since the beginning, or if you've caught any of these episodes and gone back and watched some of the old ones. I would be really interested in knowing. Of the 200 episodes, do you consider yourself a platinum member, which means you've seen more than 150 episodes? Just wondering. All right, I'm going to put this one straight up and down. And these two, I'm going to lean the opposite way. But I'm going to cover up a lot of where that paper meets. Oh, sorry, that was very loud. Where that paper meets the edge of the card. All right, and then we're going to put just a few down here. Sorry, I don't want to have a lot here. And these I do want to dry a little bit more because these are so thin that they will squish out. Ooh, that's a lot. You don't even really have to push too much on your bottle. Okay, so let's get those, oops. These are my embossing reverse tweezers from the embossing kit. They've been used and through the heater so much that I think that they kind of are a little less tight. I'll put it that way. All right, so let's go ahead and let's put this one down. I'm going to put, do I want it all the way over? I think, but see that's, I'm going to put this kind of here. since I don't really have this centered, I'm going to put more of a weight on this side. Ooh, you see all that glue that I just put down? All right. So there we have that. I am going to put a panel on the inside. I know I didn't tell you to do this, but looking at it now, I kind of like having that little panel on the inside. Just to kind of break up all of that balmy blue. All right. It's pretty good. I think I'm going to put this on the inside of that. So what I'm going to do here is very carefully, I'm just going to put little dots. Just so that it will stick to that flap and move. Press it for a little bit and then bring it up. So that way if there is glue here, you can quickly drop it away. Now see, that's that two-tone cardstock. So you have colors on both sides, so just a little bit lighter. All right. And let's see. I really feel like just looking at the way that is, I just feel like it's not as balanced as I would like it to be. So I'm going to go into my stash here. Now, if you placed a qualifying order, you would have a similar stash. Oops, way too much glue on that. You would have a similar stash, not the exact same colors, because I was just cutting these all up and then just throwing them in. So you would have some die cuts about the same. All right, let me put that fold in there so I can scoot those all back in. All right. And now right behind where that fold is, we're going to do our greeting. So I think, and I know this is so scary, I'm doing this after everything else is done. Let me see if this fits. Oh, see, it'll show through. So I'm not going to do wishing you a lifetime of love. It's just a little bit longer. I want this to be kind of hidden underneath. So I am going to do You Brighten My Day. All right, let's go ahead. Let me get, these magnetic things are so incredibly strong. So let's go ahead. Make sure it looks like it's all good. Nope. All right, I'm taking it out of there. All right, so now I'm going to line this up so I can hopefully be a little bit straight. There we go. And then, just because I haven't dumped them out enough, let's just go ahead and put a little wow, I'm squeezing way too hard. So you know what? I'm going to take some of that glue off there. And there you are. Let me get all of this cleaned up. So much on our desktop. All right, let me put that in here. Put this back over here. Get this out of the way. So there you are. There's our card for today. It's a see-through bridge card using that Sunset Coast and Scenic Coast DSP Designer Series paper. All right, let's show you. Oh, where did I put them? Oh my goodness, hang on. Oh, here we are. Sorry about that. Let's show you the other two examples. Now these will be going through how to put them together in the class if you earned that class. So here's the first one. Remember how I said that this was part of that Designer Series paper? So this, because it was 6 by 6, remember? So this is one side of it, and this was the other side flipped over. It's that purple side. So these were made out of one sheet of 6 by 6. But here we just use those cutouts, a strip of that Designer Series paper, and there you are. This one here, and I forgot, and I hope you guys didn't throw it away if you got your packets. There was a small sheet, and mine's all dirty, of course, of acetate in your packet too. So this is an acetate card. I don't like the acetate. I don't like doing it full panel because I always feel like it gets caught in the envelope, or when it goes through the machine at the post office, that it gets crinkled. So I feel like if you keep your acetate smaller and have a die cut, it helps protect it. But here is, I did some foiling for you guys with the new hot foil machine. So you have that. I offset this just a little bit so you can see that there is that berry burst, and I think that's old mango melody. I don't know. It was my favorite color for the longest time. But that is on just a panel card. So we'll be showing you how to do these in class, plus there'll be 2 others that we're doing. All right. Well, guys, thanks for being with me. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. But most of all, have a great Friday. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Happy 200th. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.